Thank you, thank you. Um, uh, Donnelly summarized what had happened and asked if he could fingerprint everyone, to which they all agreed. It struck me that no one was particularly grief-stricken for Margaret Langenfeld's death, so when I had a chance, I asked Kiki about that. Oh, she was a horse's ass, always sticking her nose into other people's business, complaining about everything all the time, from her aches and pains to how Madge Perkins doesn't weed her garden enough. But Dorothy, you know her as Grams, always had her door open for Margaret, said we had to take care of one another. Really? I asked. Grams doesn't strike me as particularly compassionate. Kiki smiled. You're wrong there, Annabelle. Dorothy is tough. She's a rock. But she's a beacon of light in this community. You need something, anything, she'll be there for you. She finds the good in people. Once all the fingerprints were taken, the police left and said we could use the kitchen. They had taken the turkey, in case it was poisoned, but everyone had brought plenty of other side dishes, including potatoes, creamed onions, peas, popovers, yams, ambrosia salad, and pies. No. Dinner was warmed up, and we all sat at the big dining room table, with Grams had set with her finest china and silver. For a disheveled old lady who didn't seem to care about appearances one whit, her table was a thing of beauty. We all ate ravenously. Stress will do that to you. The mood wasn't exactly light-hearted, but the wine helped, and the conversation was lively enough. Lots of talk about who would want to murder Margaret. I piped up, well, actually, it might be someone who wanted to murder us all. That kind of put a stop to the lively conversation. So I coughed and excused myself and went into the kitchen to help Grams, who was starting to cut the pies. Can I help you? Or can I help you? May you help me? Yes, you may. Grab a knife from the drawer over there. I did and started slicing a peach pie. My grandmother used to correct my English too. Seems like you didn't pay much attention. Grams concentrated on the blueberry pie. So much for my attempts at pleasantries, she had called the called them earlier. I figured I might as well cut right to the chase. Grams, what about Bud? Her hand froze, holding the knife above the pie for a moment. What in God's name do you know about Bud? I met him today. And he told you what exactly? Just that white baneberries could be frozen. I know his greenhouse was burned down a couple of months ago, too. Grams just stared at him. And I had to take a shot. Well, Mickey and I were talking today about how he's my perfect match and all, and well, I was losing my nerve. Well, what? I just think that you and Bud have a lot in common, and maybe he's your perfect match. And well, maybe Margaret Langenfeld found out, and Bud. Graham straightened up and pointed her knife at me. Don't you talk about Bud that way. Her voice rose. He would never, ever hurt me or anyone. He's the best man I've ever. She stopped mid sentence, waving the knife in the air. I didn't like the look of that knife, so I tightened my grip on my own. Okay, Graham, I'm sorry. She glared at me, then went back to cutting pie. What about his wife? This time she put the knife down and leaned on the table with both hands and glared at me again. What about his wife? I dropped my knife too. Well, it sounds like you and Bud are close, so I'm thinking maybe his wife got jealous, wondering if he was in love with you or someone else, but she wasn't sure who. but had some guesses, like maybe Kiki or Cecilia, and so she decided to poison all of you. This all came out in a fast torrent, just like the sudden sweat that began soaking my armpits. Grams kept staring at me. Then she sat down on the stool. Get me a glass out of that cupboard by the sink and fill it with bourbon. You'll find a bottle on the bottom shelf in the pantry. I did as commanded, but I got 2 glasses and filled them both. I handed her one, and uh, okay. Bonsai, grab it. Okay. I did as commanded, got 2 glasses. She took 3, then set her glass down. Get Mickey. But I didn't have to because right then he walked in, carrying some dirty dishes, which he promptly deposited on the counter. Need any help out here? Shall I make some coffee or? He noticed the bourbon. Well, where the heck is my cursor? There it is. He probably noticed it was shaking a little, and he noticed Graham staring off into space. What's going on? Mickey, But Graham's interrupted me. You love this girl, Mickey? I do, Graham. You gonna marry her? Well, we haven't talked about that yet, but it's a simple question, Mickey. Right now, I'd say yes. Chances are, the chances of that are very good. I felt dizzy hearing this for the first time in snarky old woman's kitchen in Maine, where someone was murdered just hours ago. Having eaten little eyeball plants, I took a deep breath. Then another slug of bourbon. Grams nodded. You should. She's smart and she's brave. I spit bourbon out as I choked. Mickey patted my back. Well, okay, Grams, I'm glad you approve of Annabelle, but I'm still not sure what this is all about. Grams nodded towards me. You tell her. She got up and walked over to the bourbon bottle to pour herself another glass. Um, Mickey, seems that Grams has been having a relationship with Bud of Bud's Buds. And I suggested that maybe his wife is the killer. And I did guess all of this? But he likes that yellow house with the orange trim, and Graham sets a beautiful table, but they both couldn't give a rat's ass about their appearance. Sorry, Grams. And it occurred to me that they were a perfect match. You know, like you and me. Romeo, light of my life, etc. Mickey's eyes were wide. Grams? Bud? You're having an affair? She was gazing out the kitchen window. Have been for about 10 years now. She turned to us. I'm 85, Mikey. Or Mickey. I'm not dead. His wife, Pearl, well, she's excitable. Always has been. The daughter left and never visits. Pearl started losing her marbles a while back. She's the only one who lit the match to Bud's greenhouse. Or she's the one who lit the match to Bud's greenhouse. My God, why doesn't he move into an institution? Move her into an institution? He's trying to take care of her himself. Like he believes a good husband should. Graham smiled. He's a good man. Mickey put his arm around his grandmother. Why didn't you tell the police all this? I wanted to talk to Bud first, before I started pointing fingers. Called him before you got here, but he wasn't home. Didn't have another chance until a little while ago. Still no answer. She took another swallow. I'd like to get plastered. I bet she would. Almost time to wrap up. Probably after the story. I let out a loud little laugh and tried to stifle it, but then for the first time I saw Graham smile at me with her eyes. You know, twinkle. She held up her glasses to me like she was toasting me. Here's to you, dear. Then she tossed it back in one shot, just like Ruth Gordon might. Hi, Lucky! Mickey called Jim Donnelly, and they headed over to Bud's with a couple of Camden's finest. When Grams had first called Bud, he was in the shower. The second time, he hadn't answered because he was out looking for Pearl. After I'd showed up at the house, he had told Pearl about my odd visit and weird questions. About a half hour later, he realized she'd left the house. He searched for her, driving all over Camden and the surrounding area, but he couldn't find her anywhere. He had just gotten home when the police showed up. They took fingerprints and put out an APB for Pearl throughout the state. Mickey and I stayed with Grams for the weekend. We invited Bud to dinner one night and got takeout from a local Italian restaurant. Bud turned out to be kind of sweet in a scruffy, scary, Maine sort of way. We drove home that Sunday. Just when we were settling in to watch Harold and Maude on DVD, the phone rang. Hello? I answered. It's Grams. Hold on a sec, I'll get Mickey. No, dear, I want to talk to you. She paused. Pearl's fingerprints matched the ones on the glass bowl shards. They found her in Portland, holed up in a Best Western. She had a styrofoam cooler with her. Don't tell me. Filled with white baneberries? Grams chuckled. Nope, just food, including a container of Waldorf salad. Yours? Nah, she bought it in some deli. Inferior stuff, obviously. Couldn't be as good as mine. I laughed. So what's your secret ingredient? I still remember that smell. I have to go now, dear. Love to you and Mickey. She hung up. Interesting. All right. TJ, here you go, buddy. That's a long one. Okay. We will put a bookmark in it. We can delete that one. We can delete that one. Alrighty. So, green beans and murder. Alright. So. Where are we gonna go?
Singing's too good for him. Burning's too good for him. He should be torn into little bitsy pieces and buried alive.
Let's see who's still going. Well, we know Darren the Wizard's gonna still be going. Lopering's still going. Fantastic's still going. Foolish Warlock is still going. We just rated him the other night, didn't we? Alice Blue. Derpy Carnage. Ducky the Duck. Hothead. Janie's done. Keel Jamar. What's up, Chris? Luke K. Bizzle. Techman J. Kid Tobies. Rated to Luke K. Bizzle. Blunt. Tark. It's just puddles. Oh, that's okay. Flutterby. Patty's done. Yeah, Patty Hattrick is done. Papa Woody. Chris. 10 hours of Faz? Have you taken a break? At all? You haven't, had you? Uh-huh. Shame on you. Somebody rated Derpy Carnage. Lobster. And Iggy. Yeah, that's not a break. Let's go see Techman G. Alright. Have a good one, Doris. Sweet dreams and sleep well. Yeah, Angel's telling you. Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock, and I was already starting to like. It's a little fishy already. Reading was like kind of. So I haven't seen Cass all night. I thought about playing a little Booba Shooba. Probably do that to wake myself up. Or something. I don't know, you tell me. You are always around somewhere, aren't you, Cass? Quietly lurking, waiting for the words Booba Shooba to be mentioned. Somewhere, somehow.
Meows loudly and jumps up on the desk MRREO. Did someone say treats? Max Max is ready for snacks.
All right. Fine. You can Blooba Shooba. I haven't Blooba Shooba in days. Which is bad for me. Bad. Oh, she has this weird sixth sense. She could be, like, clear across the house from her computer. Or anything. And I say, Blooba Shooba now. And she's like, my strike feelings are tingling. Yeah, because she doesn't have spidey senses. She has strike feelings. What are you doing to me now? Whatever. What? No, I don't want to log in with Steam. Go away. I want to log in with Facebook. Uh-oh. That can't be good. I made it all the way to Master 1. So what did they do? I don't know, is she? MKM now, huh? I don't think I have a new one. VMT or Nova? Let me upgrade like I usually do. Or no, momentito while I change the screen for just a moment. Now I gotta go back and get that. Because I don't remember that right off my head. Okay, Ash. Thank you. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. I'll be on at 3 o'clock. Okay, that. Okie dokie. Night night. Sweet dreams. Big mama hugs. Love you. Oh, my watch is charged, so you have that now. Will you go away? Huh? It's my watch. Can I help you with something? Okay. Yay, I get to claim lots of stuff. Dude, I got a little controller. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I equipped him. I got that. Yay. They seriously need to do something with the MT. Behavior score! Because my behavior score is wonderful. What, no mech spirit? What the hell is that? Incoming ads in a minute. Hear that one? Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't have that yet. Ugh. Now I gotta raise everything back up again. Hang on, I'm almost done. Nice. We got an MVP sticker.